Welcome everyone to our SLU Career Services Employer Town Hall meeting on July 29th, 2020. As I said, my name is Carl Aldrich. I'm the Assistant Director for Career Services here at St. Louis University. My primary role is to work with building and developing relationships with employers and helping employers and other organizations find ways to connect with our students for recruitment purposes. My team also manages our large events and fairs that we host. We work with our employers to do our on-campus interviewing process, and then my team also manages the Handshake database. I would also like to introduce Megan Schaefer. Megan is our Career Services Coordinator, and she's really the hands-on person that manages the Handshake database, as well as communicates with many of you regarding your on-campus interview needs. Megan will be managing the chat function today, and she'll be sharing some resources with us throughout the day, throughout this meeting, as well as potentially answering any questions that you may have. We will pause halfway through the session to open it up for questions. But if in the meantime you have any questions that you would like to ask immediately, feel free to put those into the chat window. We also have Barb Gradala on the call. Barb Gradala is the Director of the Career Resources Center in the Richard A. Chaffetz School of Business. She is here as well to answer any questions you may have regarding connecting with the School of Business and answering questions regarding their events. I apologize, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. So the SLU Fall Academic Plan, we wanted to provide an update on what our academic calendar looks like for the fall semester. Classes will begin at SLU on August 17th. This is moved up 1 week from our previous plans for the academic calendar. Students will return to campus around August 13th and August 14th. Courses are going to be taught virtually and or in person, depending on the need of the faculty member and the academic program and the nature of the course. Some students will be taking classes virtually, other students will be taking them live in person. Students, faculty, and staff must wear masks and maintain 6 feet of social distance at all times while on campus. It should be noted that this also applies to any visitors we have to campus, so employers who are coming in to speak to courses or doing any type of interaction on campus, this applies to any visitors as well. The coursework for the academic semester will end on November 24th, and final exams will be delivered remotely beginning November 30th. So classes will end on November 24th. Students will go home for the Thanksgiving holiday, and they will not return to campus until the beginning of the spring semester. They will be taking final exams remotely, online from home, or wherever their location is, beginning November 30th. I know that some of you may have relationships with faculty members where you come to classes and you speak, or work with us to potentially visit with a classroom. Because of the shortened semester and the strict guidelines for COVID-19, employer visits to classes may not be available. We just wanted to make employers aware of that at this point, that there's a chance that you may not be able to visit classes to be a guest speaker. Now, there is the opportunity that may happen virtually. So if you have a relationship with a faculty member, we encourage you to, and you regularly speak in their course, we encourage you to go ahead and make contact with them to see if that's a viable option for you. Delivery of career services. So we are moving everything we do in terms of events and employer interaction virtually. This is to minimize the risk to students, staff, and employers. So all of our engagement opportunities will be delivered virtually. The reasons for this is we are not able to accommodate the 6-foot distancing requirement within the space that we have either in the Career Center or other locations on campus. The other part is that we want students and employers to have a positive experience interacting with one another, which can be difficult to do behind a mask. We feel that the interaction will be much more meaningful and positive if we can get you to connect virtually. Virtual fairs. All of our fairs will be managed through the Handshake platform. Handshake has added a functionality for virtual fairs to the platform. So we have moved all of them there. That's where they will be hosted. Registration will happen within the Handshake platform. And then the fair itself, when it's the day and time of the fair, employers will log into the system, students will log in, and the fair will be conducted virtually. All employer attendees must have a Handshake user account. So if you have a hiring manager that doesn't regularly access the Handshake system, you will need to get a user account for them to be able to log in and be a part of that event. Once an employer has registered and been approved for a virtual fair, they will need to go back in and create a fair schedule. This schedule can host up to 3 30-minute group sessions and 10-minute one-on-one sessions. The 3 30-minute group sessions are more like open houses or information sessions where you can present information about your organization to students. The 10-minute one-on-one sessions are individual sessions that students will sign up for. You can host 6 of these within an hour on your schedule, and there's no limit to how many of these you schedule during the overall time of the fair. Students will also be able to sign up for the 30-minute group presentations. The one-on-one sessions between employers and students can be chat, audio, or audio-video. It depends on the desire of the student in terms of how they want that interaction to happen, and they will indicate that during the reservation process. Again, students will pre-register for group and one-on-one sessions with employers prior to the day of the fair. However, if there is space available on your schedule the morning of the fair, students will still be able to register for those times and those spaces. So your schedule may fill up the day of the fair. So we have identified 5 fairs that we will be hosting in the fall semester. In the past, we have hosted a large on-campus, all majors virtual or on-campus fair. We will not be hosting that event this year because of the need for spaces for classrooms, as well as not being able to maintain the social distancing. So the 5 fairs that we will be hosting, we will have a health sciences virtual fair on September 14th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The target population of students for that fair are students in our Doisy College of Health Sciences. Many of the students in our athletic training and occupational therapy, physical therapy type programs will be at that fair. In the past, this fair has been the Healthcare Networking Social, which has been outside under tents with Ted Drews, and has included nursing students. This year, the nursing students will have a separate fair, so they will not be included in this event. The second fair is our Engineering and Technology Virtual Fair on September 23rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This fair, the target population for this event are students in our Parks College of Engineering, students in our Computer Sciences program from our College of Arts and Sciences, and students in our Information Technology Management program from the College of Business. We will also see students who may be interested in other opportunities in technology and engineering at this fair. So if a student is a communication major but has gone through a launch code program or a boot camp and has some background in technology and wants to pursue that as a career, we may see some of those students at that event as well. On September 30th, we will have a nonprofit virtual fair from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This is for students who are interested in working for a nonprofit organization, and the registration is for nonprofit organizations. On October 5th, we'll have our nursing virtual fair from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. This fair is for students in our Valentine School of Nursing, and will replace the nursing fair that we typically hold in the spring semester. And we have split that out from our health sciences virtual fair, as I indicated previously. On October 7th, we have the Chaffetz Virtual Business Fair from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. The date for this fair has recently changed. So in the information that you received via email with the initial invitation to these town hall meetings, you may have seen that the event date for that fair is October 14th. Because of the changes to the university calendar, we have moved that up to October 7th. Barb, at this time, did you want to add anything about the Chaffetz Virtual Fair?
I don't think so, Carl. I think you've done it.
Okay.
Unless folks have questions.
Okay. We will also be providing 2 employer training sessions for Handshake Virtual Fairs and how to manage that process. Those will be August 11th at 1 p.m. and August 13th at 10 a.m. via Zoom. And following this meeting later on this afternoon with the link to the recording for this session, we will also include the links to register for one of those 2 training events, as well as we have some questions we would like to get your feedback on regarding working with our office. So there will be 2 questions for you that we are seeking information about that you can feel free to reply to the email with. So at this point, we're about halfway through the slides. I wanted to open it up and see if anyone had any questions. If you do have questions, feel free to go ahead and unmute yourself. Okay, so we will go ahead and move on. We are also moving on-campus interviewing virtually this fall semester. For those of you that have participated in this in the past, we don't have the space in our office to be able to make sure that we have 6 foot of distancing. So we felt that it was best to move this to a virtual environment. You can currently make requests for interview dates. The schedule is available for requests from August 31st to November 11th. The interview schedule request should be made through Handshake, so similar to the process that you've gone through before. Employers can use their own platform of choice to conduct the interviews, or we can help you facilitate via Zoom. This past spring semester, we did test the ability to host on-campus interviewing virtually with some athletic training organizations, and we felt that it was successful. So we can help you out with that and help you greet students as they come into the main meeting. Your interviewers can be in breakout rooms within the Zoom meeting, and then we can help move students in and out of those interview rooms. We also ask that interview schedules please be tied to a Handshake job posting currently in the system. It makes it easier for students to identify those employment opportunities and apply to them directly. For those of you that may not be familiar with on-campus interviewing, we work with employers who would like to conduct interviews on campus in our space with multiple students within the same time frame to help provide a space for them to be able to connect with students on campus and conduct those interviews. Some other virtual engagement opportunities that we have available, and all of these will be able to accommodate virtually. Guest office hours. So in the past, we have offered a space within our suite, a small meeting room for employers to do guest office hours. So to hang out for students to come meet with them on a drop-in basis. We could also do that where it is scheduled and students sign up for an appointment time slot. We do have the ability to move that to a virtual environment, promote that through our newsletters to students, promote that through the Handshake system, and give you a space via Zoom that you can host those students to have those individual meetings. Employer site visits, we know that this can be a little more challenging, but if you would like to have a site visit of your space for students to attend, we would work with you to help promote that to students and to help coordinate that. What we would typically do is get together a group of students and come visit your location and get a brief tour and potentially have a networking opportunity with your employees or alumni of St. Louis University to help show students what your workspace looks like. We are able, again, to help you do that virtually. It would be more of a walkthrough via a Zoom meeting, maybe a video tour, and then have a question and answer session or another way to get students connected with yourself and your employees. We offer social media takeover opportunities on Tuesdays and Thursdays via Twitter or Instagram. We are encouraging employers to use the Instagram option because we find that there's more student engagement through Instagram. But what happens with the social media takeover is you or your employees, could be yourself or it could be an intern even, would take over our social media. We would send you a temporary password for the day. You would log into our social media account and then be responsible for the content for the day. Whether it's brief videos, talking about a day in the life of at your organization, talking about internship opportunities, doing a brief tour. But for the time of that day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., our social media is yours and you can take over the content. Employer open houses. So these are opportunities we provide in our suite for employers to come in and do a meet and greet with students for a few hours, an hour or two, to do an information session, a presentation, to talk about their organization and the opportunities. Unfortunately, we're not able to accommodate that in our space, but we are able to help you do that virtually. So if you'd like to schedule an open house to connect with students that way, please let us know and we're happy to help you set that up either via our platform with Zoom or if you have a preferred platform that you would like to host. If there are any custom events that you would like to do, we're happy to help you plan those and coordinate those. We want to be your choice of university for recruitment in St. Louis, and so we're more than happy to work with you to plan anything that works well within your recruitment strategy. So if you have anything that you would like to participate in, please do let us know. We also have the opportunity to connect you with our colleagues from across campus to help you deepen your relationship with SLU. Many organizations look for opportunities to get involved in research, so we can partner you with faculty members or our research department on campus, our vice president of research, to help find opportunities that our organizations can work together to deepen the relationship and create knowledge. Academic programs and faculty, if there's a specific academic program that you would like to build a relationship with or meet some faculty members from, we're happy to provide those introductions and help you get connected. There are sometimes opportunities to get into a classroom for a presentation. Again, this fall it would be virtually, but there are opportunities to present to classes on occasion. What we find is that employers or faculty members are looking for practicing professionals to come in and deliver a presentation that ties into their experience using the information that is being taught in the classroom versus a presenter coming in and talking about working at an organization. Alumni Affairs often works with organizations to provide programming or provide information for our alumni. So if you would like to partner with Alumni Affairs, we're happy to provide that information and provide that connection for you as well. The Center for Community and Service Engagement. We have many nonprofit organizations and other service organizations that are connecting with campus and looking for students to help with volunteer opportunities. We are happy to help provide an introduction there as well. Bobby Wassel and his team has a great connection with our students to help them find those opportunities for engagement. We have several centers of excellence across campus. For example, our Center of Excellence for Supply Chain. We have a Center of Excellence based on entrepreneurship. Recently, we launched GeoSLU, which is a center of excellence that focuses around the geospatial industry. If there's a area of focus that you would like to work with and develop a relationship with in one of these areas, again, we're happy to provide that introduction. Corporate and foundation relations is another piece of the university who builds relationships with companies. They have many ways that employers and organizations can get involved on campus and help through philanthropy or partnership or sponsorship of special events and programs, and we're happy to provide introductions and connections there. So that is the extent of my slides. At this point, Barb, did you have anything you wanted to share about the business school?
I'd just like to echo what Carl says about partnerships and opportunities to connect with students through faculty and through centers and research and so forth. we welcome your ideas and want to help you connect in multiple ways and customize those opportunities.
With that being said, we'll go ahead and open this up for questions. So if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat window, or go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and ask.
Hi, Carl. This is Kelly James. I have a pretty specific question about the accounting students. In the past, we've had the pre-interview and networking night, but haven't heard anything about that for the fall semester. And know we did a survey about, do we want to switch it up, do it in the spring? So just wanted to see if there was an update from anyone on that.
Sure. Now I will defer that question to Barb.
Hi, Kelly. We are going to do an event with partnering with the accounting department, who has actually decided last year to switch the Meet the Firms night to the fall semester, where they sponsor that event, and we're partnering with them to create an accounting office hours, a virtual accounting office hours, which will take the place of our traditional accounting pre-networking fair, and or pre-interview and networking fair. We will be sending out invitations to that very soon. We're trying to solidify dates that provide us an opportunity to do both events, the Meet the Firms and the office hours, in the same week, so that we're working alongside the accounting department to do that. Should be in the next week or two. Room availability and timing with departments based on new schedules and so forth has been a challenge. So I'll get back with you soon about that. I'll be sure you're included in that list, okay?
Lots of moving pieces this fall.
Yes.
Hi, Carl and Barb. This is Madeline KU. Quick question, and I apologize if this was covered, but I'm just trying to relay back to my team so we can kind of make our plans. Typically, we do host a kind of a specific info session. Usually it's the same day of the business career fair, as we kind of connect with students at that fair and then encourage them to come and talk with us for a Deloitte specific info session. Are we still able to host a virtual event in that regard? Are there any other ramifications or parameters that we need to be aware of that might hinder us from doing that? Or is there a certain, outline or format you would like us to follow for those types of things?
So in terms of, Barb, if you're, okay, I'll go ahead. If you have anything to add, feel free. In terms of hosting information sessions or open houses, as long as that's being done virtually, feel free to schedule as needed. And as we see those come in, and if you'll email us and let us know that that's happening, we'll make sure that that communication goes out to students. Barb can have her team make sure that that goes out to business students, and we can make sure that on the career services side that we have it going out in newsletters as appropriate as well. Barb, if you have anything to add, feel free.
No, that's exactly right. We will include that and in the information going out to students and virtually, whether you want to use your platform or if you want us to help with the Zoom platform, we can do that as well. And just post the event in Handshake. That's all we'd ask.
That sounds great. Thank you guys so much.
Hi, my name is Agnes Beyer. I am very new to this whole process. I'm Director of Nursing at BrightStar. Hi. BrightStar Care is a home health agency. And as I'm listening to all this, I'm wondering if the students that come to these events and participate, if they're all graduating students, if there may be some students interested in local part-time jobs that we would be able to supply as caregivers in the home. So I'm specifically thinking about your nursing fair that I may want to attend somehow virtually, and or the health science fair. And
sure.
So I'm just trying to get an idea if those are also students that may be looking for part-time opportunities while they're going through school.
So yes, it's not just graduating students. We have students from all years attending the fairs. For our health sciences fair, the last few years we've had about 400 students, 300 to 400 students attend that event. Everything from first year student through graduate student. and at that point it included nursing students. For our nursing fair, we've been having about 100 students attend that fair. Again, everything from first year through students who are in graduate programs. But yes, they will be looking for part-time opportunities because they're looking to gain some of that experience. They will be looking for full-time opportunities. And we know that this year, this fall, for this nursing virtual fair, that it is required as an event for our students who are in the Introduction to Nursing nursing course. And Megan, I believe you have the number for the number of students who are enrolled in that course. Is it 200?
Yeah. Okay, that's what she said, 200.
Okay, yeah, so that's 200 students who are in that first Introduction to Nursing course, and those students will be, you know, potentially looking for those first job, you know, care provider opportunities.
Okay, I think what I may do, Carl, if I understood you correctly, that this event is actually being recorded right now. When that comes in, I may forward that recording to our Director of Operations, who's probably a lot more poised to set all that up and get into the handshake application and all that good stuff. And we have a little time before that mid-August event. It's August 14th, you said, right? The health science thing?
Health science is September 14th. I apologize
Okay.
if I said August 14th. It's September 14th, and the nursing fair is October 5th.
Great, so we've got lots of time to get prepared. Thank you very much. Perfect, appreciate it.
Not a problem, thank you. Other questions?
Hello, everybody. This is Raphael from Republic Services. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm new to St. Louis University, so I'm just trying to get a feel of the campus. And I know it's a lot different this year because of virtual. Just for us, for updates on Republic Services, we work in 41 states and Puerto Rico, about 36,000 employees, and about 10 billion in revenue. So pretty large company. We work at various universities across the country, and I know each university has maybe set hours that are best for, like, let's say office hours and info sessions for their students, because I don't want to interfere with their schedules for class. What do you recommend the best days and times for hosting office hours or hosting info sessions?
I don't know that there's a best day other than maybe avoiding Fridays. In terms of times, we find that late afternoon tends to work well, maybe for virtual sessions, maybe 3 to 5, and information sessions or office hours, virtual sessions, maybe 3 to 5, 4 to 6, somewhere in that time frame. But office hours can be any time of day. Since it is based on a student's individual schedule, we find that students make those appointments based on when that time works best for them.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Barb, did you have anything to add for that?
No, that's exactly what we do as well.
Okay. Last call for questions. Well, thank you very much, everyone. We do appreciate your time. As I indicated, we will take the recorded sessions and send them out via link to YouTube this afternoon. We will also include some questions we would like to get some information from you, and then also the links to register for the Handshake Career Fair training sessions. Again, we appreciate your time, and my email is on the last slide. If you do need anything after today, feel free to give me a call or email. My email address is carl.aldrich@slu.edu. And thank you very much.
Thank you.